Hey everybody, welcome to a new kind of video on my channel. So I am doing what I'm calling a planner deep dive, going all the way back to 8th grade, showing my beginning of my decorative planning journey. So the first thing is I used to do collages of all kinds, not just on my school planners they gave me like this, but these look so bad, but I had fun with them. I'm trying not to show my address or my mom's address. So they're obviously fairly basic themes, but I would cut out stuff from magazines, and sometimes I would also download stuff. I think you'll see that in some of my later videos, and just put it all together. So this was definitely in the stage of cutting out stuff from magazines and then adding a few stickers like that. Like the fish you saw on the green page. I think that's all magazines. Yeah. A lot of this was Delia's stuff, which if you know. So of course we have our class schedule because this was a school planner they gave us. My handwriting is awful, but one thing I had kind of forgotten about was we had these exploratories. So there were 6 weeks. I don't know if you can see them there. 6 weeks each, or maybe they were 8 weeks, whatever makes up a school year. But we had technology, Spanish, which how do you learn anything in 6 to 8 weeks? Health, careers, art, and the history of rock and roll. So art being only that time period broke my heart. The history of rock and roll was basically a class about the Beatles, to be honest. Our social studies teacher was really into the Beatles. We learned a little bit more about Buddy Holly and some other people, but yeah, most of it was Beatles related. So that was when I got into their music. So yeah, I wrote stuff I did all the time, even just so I could check it off, which I feel is something we kind of do now. But I'm really not sure why I wrote go to church every Sunday, because I knew that. I knew I was going to church. But my sister's first husband, Chris, I guess I was hanging out with him that day. It must have just been him, because I don't know why I wouldn't have put her name. That was before they were married. So he actually lived with my brother, which I kind of honestly forgot about until I saw this. And in my emergency contacts, I put him and my brother in there, which is so funny, at least to me. But also cheer tryouts. I was a cheerleader in 8th grade, which is kind of wild because that is not me. But yeah, so I did cheerleading. At the time, I had convinced my friend Melanie to be in choir, so she convinced me to do cheer. But yeah. And then Mikako, that was a Japanese exchange student that stayed with us for a few days. So she was basically following my sister around school, but my sister and I shared a room at the time, so I got to know her too. Oh my gosh, my handwriting is so bad. And this pen I used is completely bled through. I'm I don't even know what this is. Bring Green Angel home. What does that mean? Most of this is school stuff, but I have no clue what that means. Okay. Apparently I was marking the wacky holidays back then, though, because National Pancake Day. And then watching 7th Heaven. I used to watch that with our family, and Gilmore Girls every week. Had to watch Gilmore Girls. But I think this must have been when I had the DVDs, because I watched it Tuesday and Wednesday, and we didn't have at this point, I don't think it even would have been a DVR. I think it would have been recording it on VHS tapes. So, yeah. My family did not have the newest technology. I guess I was excited we went to Springfield that day, Springfield, Illinois, which, like, I mean, everybody loves a day out of school, like a good field trip, but I feel like that probably wasn't the most exciting thing. Also, I wrote, like, I don't know if I was just writing my assignments or like what we did in class. It seems to be kind of both, but I literally put for social studies, listen to Mr. B talk. So I guess we didn't have anything going on that day. And the fact that I put like softball, we won, as though I had anything to do with that, because literally no one would pass me the ball. Like, I don't know, or throw me the ball, whatever you say. I think that's kind of funny. So I remember Spanish being really hard because we took it in 7th grade too, but you know, like I said, it was like for 6-ish weeks, and we were supposed to retain that knowledge the next year with no review. And I don't understand what they were thinking. I mean, we were 8th graders, like I definitely didn't remember it. Ooh, but this, the Cask of Amontillado, we did an Edgar Allan Poe unit in my English class, which my 7th and 8th grade English teacher, Mr. Wright, was like the coolest. Love him. So yeah, that was a good time. That was, I think, part of my like horror introduction journey because I loved all of the stuff we read and kind of made it my personality a little bit. But we had a Halloween sleepover, which, like, I would love to do that now. So I literally wrote Zynga and MSN space, which I don't know what that was, and Messenger. And then I put block and someone's initials, which I'm not 100% sure, but if that's who I think it is, I'm very confused about why I blocked her. But, you know, who knows? I was a dramatic preteen, so I'm honestly not sure why I used pencil on that page. I must have run out of pen, but, like, it bothers me I didn't go back and change it. Go to the mall. That was literally my day. That sounds about right, though. Also, go to Kroger. Like, so exciting. I clearly did not have that much exciting going on in my life. So this is funny. I kept marking dodgeball in PE, and my friend and I don't know if it was 7th or 8th grade, but we actually wrote a petition, like a formal petition, to not have dodgeball as part of PE, and like got students to sign it and stuff and turned it in the school. Like, it didn't pan out. We still had to play dodgeball, but we hated it so much. But I was like the person that the other team would leave until last because they knew they could get me out because they knew I wasn't good at catching. Plus, I mean, it's panicky to be the only person when there's like 10 8th graders throwing a dodgeball at you all at once. So yeah, that sucked. But I think the petition was maybe taking it a bit far. Didn't help the getting made fun of thing. But we had a school dance, and then I saw Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So I was late to the dance because my brother and I went to see that movie, and 100% worth it because, I mean, junior high dances, they seemed like a huge deal at the time, but like didn't really matter. And I used to go to Kentucky all the time because that's where my mom's family lives. So like on a lot of school breaks and stuff, I would go there. I got a D in a PE skills test. That is nothing if not an indication of my physical education skills. But Also, I don't know what blitzball was in PE because the only thing I can think of that blitzball is like from a video game I've played. So I have no clue what that was. I'm assuming it was a version of dodgeball, but yeah. And I did forget to say that this is August 2005 to June 2006. So that's when I was in 8th grade. But yeah, I guess this was my brother's best friend's wedding. I didn't go because my mom was like, well, I can't go because Amy's sick, which is my sister. She had like the stomach flu, and I offered to just stay home and take care of her, which like I regretted because I'm super squeamish, but it was either that or both my mom and I stayed home because I couldn't drive yet, so that's okay. Also, I was obnoxiously excited about winter break, apparently. Like, I hate that I changed from purple pen because I don't like how these gel pens look, but such is life. Also, I'm pretty sure one of my friends drew that because that doesn't look like my drawing. But honestly, who knows? I think it's an elephant. I'm so bored. I have nothing to do. Check mark, check mark. Like, what? I'm probably the only person that finds this entertaining, but whatever. That's fine. And then I forgot that I had hermit crabs because I put like clean the cage. But yeah, my sister and I got them from that. I don't know if it was in every mall, but we had a store in the mall called Romancing the Stone, and they had hermit crabs. And we had several of them because they kept dying. But yeah. And apparently I went to work with my sister that day, which she was doing like nanny stuff. So it wasn't like the weirdest for me to do that. Also, I don't know what happened here. I might have just been bored, and instead of writing I'm so bored, I just drew in a shape. I put finally free, and then I put I was sick. I missed church, which I must have really been sick if I missed church. This whole page is like a hot mess, and I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, this was my birthday. I turned 14, so I think I was just probably really excited. But I guess I watched a bunch of movies this day, or a couple movies. But then it says, let's write mean things at the bottom, and that is not my handwriting. So I don't know which one of my friends wrote that. I have a guess, but okay. What a time. And like how I put update Zanga. I was really into Zanga. I put my friend's dad's birthday in here, which is funny because like it's not like I went to celebrate it or anything. Also, I was apparently in my whiteout era, which I'm sure was really annoying because I'm sure I was using it in class. Yeah. And on a Wednesday, my aunt from Florida just like randomly visited us, I guess. That does sound like her though. Oh, now we're updating Zangas. So at this point I had more than one. I feel like I had a Harry Potter one, and then I also had one, I'm not sure at what point, but that was like similar to Gossip Girl where I was using an initial to talk about people, which is ridiculous. But I'm like struggling to read some of my handwriting in this. Like it's so bad. Oh, I was reading Order of the Phoenix at this time, which is probably still my favorite Harry Potter book. So yeah, that's exciting. Wow, it looks like I finished it 2 days later. That book's like 900 pages. That's wild. I cannot read that much anymore. That must have been like all I did after school. Oh my gosh, I watched 13 Going on 30, which at that point I wanted to work in the magazine world like so badly after that movie. So gosh, I can't believe it was 8th grade that I saw it though. This is like the 3rd time I've seen me, Mark, watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Which is funny because I remember watching Goblet of Fire a lot with Sarah, but I guess I watched Chamber of Secrets a lot too, apparently. Ooh, that kind of looks cool. with the, it looks like I did whiteout and then I did gel pen on top of it. That's a pretty color. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire comes out on DVD. My dad took me to the store like after school so that I could get it with like all the special features and stuff. Yeah, I was that nerd. I watched Goblet of Fire with my dad, brother, and sister. And then the next day I watched it with my mom and then watched the special features. So yeah, like I said, nerd. We played Math Jeopardy. And not only did I misspell Jeopardy, which drives me crazy because English and spelling were like things I was really good at, but I guess we lost, which I'm bad at math. So that's not surprising. I guess I went to the mall in like St. Louis area this day on spring break, and I had like a sleepover where we watched a movie and stuff, but like, yeah, my spring breaks were pretty chill. So this sucks and I had forgotten about it. So it says like go to Mrs. Varbles at Art. So I had like lessons, I think. I don't know if they were voice lessons because I'm pretty sure I wasn't in band this year, but they pulled me out of art for it, which like is really crappy because I love art. But unfortunately, a lot of education doesn't really value it. So that's sucky. But it looks like I missed church again, watched Smallville and 13 Million 30 again. I never finished the show Smallville. I watched a ton of it, but I feel like I kind of want to go back and finish it, but also it's probably really cringy. Oh gosh, and I went to camp. We did this like camping thing with some like people I knew through church and stuff, and it was like a churchy thing, but I went because the boy I liked was on the trips because like his dad was in charge of them, so yeah. Good times. My sister knew, but I feel like my parents didn't know. So they were like, oh, it's a little church camping trip. So they were cool with it. We updated our Zyngas again. I don't know why I had to mark that. I guess I just didn't have stuff going on. Oh, and this was Easter. So like my dad was a pastor. I don't know if I've really talked about that, but Easter Sunday was so rough because we had like a sunrise service. So we would go to church for the sunrise service and then I would take a nap and then we would have our regular Sunday school and then our regular service and then go home. But our church was 45 minutes from our house. So that's why we couldn't go home in between. Yeah, don't miss that. So I wrote like that I bought tickets this day and that whatever I bought them to was sold out, but I don't know what it was. It must have been a movie because I didn't go to concerts until high school, really. Oh gosh, and I was in the musical Oklahoma because I was in choir. It was just like a background member, not like a leading role or anything. So I guess this was my sister's bridal shower day, which I put a question mark behind dress up. Like I didn't know, like, I mean, I probably didn't know. I was an 8th grader, but yeah. I was pretty young when she got married. It's wild. I'm also not sure why I marked high school cheer practice because I definitely didn't get on the high school cheerleading team. I did try out, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because, yeah, that would have not been my thing. And then we went to Six Flags for like our end of the school year trip. I think that was what that was. That was really fun. I saw a girl that I went to like younger grade school with when we went because she moved to St. Louis. So that was pretty cool. And then on graduation day, my friend's mom got us like a limo for graduation, which was quite a time. But I mean, like we weren't like drinking or anything. Like we were good kids, but yeah, the fact that we had a limo was kind of crazy. And then afterwards I did spend the night at Sarah's because, you know, this was like when we were besties. Apparently I bought a digital camera. Had a day with my sister. So work on toast and work on movie maker. I honestly don't know what that means. I have no clue. But yeah, this is proof of why I used to get bored during the summer, because like I wasn't doing that much. These were, I think, summer classes. I say classes. They were like fun things like web page design, and I think this class was like we watched movies and discussed them. But they were at the high school, so I did that to kind of like get to know the high school and keep myself busy during the summer. And then my sister and her husband got married this day, which I guess I was like babysitting their bunny while they were on their honeymoon. It was just like a short little thing because they were pretty young. Oh, I took another class, scrapbooking and fashion. I'm sure I loved that. I like vaguely remember meeting a couple of older people. I say older, they were just already in high school in that class. And then there's really not much else in this except for me saying what states I've been to, which at the time was not very many. Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida, which, yeah. I mean, I still haven't been to a ton more, but that's crazy. So that was 8th grade. Not the most exciting, but I did want to show it because it is the oldest planner that I still have. But thank you so much for watching and coming on this journey with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.